Вітаю! I heard a lot of misunderstanding about what is IMDb and how to use it, so today I want to share with you how to add your title to IMDb, how to add an award to your title and to you as a professional on IMDb, and how to add yourself as a cast or crew to existing title on IMDb. And meanwhile we will talk about why do you need it and all the pros and cons about it. Let's go! So, what is IMDb? Internet Movie Database. Very simple. This is the biggest database of movies, TV, episodes, series. Let's say if you have a movie and it does not titled on IMDb, basically you have a movie only in your imagination or hard drive or whatever you hold it. So you need to add it to IMDb. It's not that hard. It takes some time. Let me show you how to do it. So you can be like IMDb Pro. It costs $150 plus taxes per year, and you have some extra advantages. So this is my paid IMDb page. So I have a photo. If you don't pay for a Pro account, you don't have photo, and you can put your videos, trailers, show reels or something, and also you can add your titles in development, and you can look for others' contacts. So, if to summarize, it's not necessary to have IMDb Pro, especially for crew. It's mostly for actors and directors, but it's always nice. So, don't bother about it now. You do free version, or you can do, I think, 1 month's free trial. Okay, and now let's see how it looks like the titles. So, this is like my titles where I'm director, there is titles where I'm producer, cinematographer, and here you can choose editor, writer. And let's see how movies looks like directing the movie, let's say Barber. So here's a poster, description, director, writer, more stars who is acting there. So there is the 2 actors only in the movie. There is a stills photos. You can also add for backstage, also poster one. Here awards and nomination for the movie. Here somebody leave a review, storyline, and there is like a general information about the movie. You see the details, budget, and all the stuff. Then you can go cast and crew and see who was working on the movie: cinematographer, music, producer, makeup, everything. So let's see how to add the title. It can be a bit confusing from this website because it's really confusing, but I have a shortcut that I want to share with you. So we are going to Google and type add title IMDb, and here adding a new title. Ta-da! Going here is like a help center for IMDb. You go a bit down. You better you read everything. But here will be submit a new title page. And let's title. When I was thinking to do this episode to explain how to add titles and all this stuff, I just found out that there is not one of mine documentary on IMDb. So let's add it together, and you will see how it works. So title is Readmitted People in Ukraine. Documentary, this is type you choose, or it film or TV or just made for video. You can add video commercials, you can add music videos, you can add podcast series and video games. Okay, cool. Everything practically you can add what related to video industry. So this is a film. This is this movie released and screened. Also, you can choose another options that it's completed but have not been screened yet, so it's not premiered yet. That is like you are waiting for premiere, or which festival will pick it up. Then that is still in production, pre-production, post-production, or it's in development. Again, for development you can add only if you have Pro account. And now we add already released, and I'm producer and director. So you can choose others, cast and crew, but usually producers and directors adding these titles. Okay, now it checks for update, and let's say you will need to check for update many times before you will be allowed to submit. Then subtitle, feature length or short. It's a short. IMDb considers short on feature 45 minutes. What is below 45 minutes it's short. More than 45 minutes it's feature. Status released year 2017. Check for updates. Okay, and it's in the beginning it's propose you probably there is already existing title like this, so just to check you are not mistaken or so, and you put if it's a new title that you added. This is not an existing title. There is no not here in the list, and again checking updates. Okay, and now we need to fulfill this page. And you can see there is a red reading that you need to prove that the title that you're trying to add existing. And the only way to prove it to IMDb supervisors, you need to send them the link where they can be sure that you are not just faking it to enlarge your credential story on IMDb or for whatever reason. You need to send the links that maybe trailer, maybe news in respectful magazines or website or news website. You can send like links to BTS, to web page, but web page not that great because they want to see the proof that this video exists. In general, this is a good practice. When you shoot the movie, you invite a journalist to shooting set to check it out. It's like, journalists from local TVs like this news to come to this set. Okay, let's continue. So mandatory information, you need to put it. Absolutely, this was done in Ukraine when it was released. And here you choose how it was released. In cinemas, private screening, festival, some physical, on streaming services. It's in my case in YouTube. But in most cases, like most of my previous movies, I'm first line of distribution is going to festivals. So you put at a festival, and here you need to put a festival name. Then you need to send the link. I have a link. This documentary was done for UN agency. The link to the movie. And description, you just explain what is it. This is a trailer, this is a link to the movie, to screener, or whatever, news about the production. Okay, next, basic information. I will do now quick editing so you don't watch 1 hour this video. Country, language, color, genre, and here is in genre. You can choose your genre. In my case it's documentary. Directors, I put myself, Sergey Pudic, and it will appear the proposals for existing titles. So you can see this. I'm the only one. Production information, budget, your production company, cast, writers, producers, composers. So I was a writer, I was a producer, composer. It was Nick compositing the music, and cinematographer and editor. Okay, and then next we add in location if you want, aspect ratio, plot outline. Now we again doing the recheck, and now it's becoming bigger to fulfill. When it's green, it means everything accepted. Documentary. Here you can read special guidance for documentary. Producers, I was a producer. Composer, it was Nick Savinic. So let's see, pro tip, but you don't know who is from them is Nick Savinic that you need, and let's say nothing tells you exactly here. Okay, you press 1 that you assume that it is him. You go to Nick Savinic and with a control, and you check if it's him, and you check filmography. Yeah, it's him. Cool. So if not, minus, and you choose another Nico Savinic. So this is Nick Savinic. Cinematographer, this is Alex Milokost. One location, Kyiv. Aspect ratio, it was 16:9. This is plot outline, and let's recheck. So you see Kyiv, you need to choose one exactly location. So now everything is green, and we are ready to submit these updates. So what we have, readmitted people in Ukraine, you just rechecked again. And submit these updates. Ta-da! Contribution, you can track contribution to the IMDb database. In 1, 2, 3 days it will be added to IMDb database if there is not some mistakes or questions from the IMDb crew. I never had, there's always adding my titles, so everything was good. I will come back to you when it will be added and show how to fulfill extra information. So next day, going to track contribution, and voila, it's registered. Your contribution, this title, and everything we put before is registered. Let's finalizing the registration, all the stuff. Okay, we are on, let's say, empty page without anything. We need to add, of course, poster. Let's go for add photo. And here appears the menu. We add in the poster. Yeah, we are selecting types. This is the poster. Copyrights if it's any. It's related to this title. Who appears in the image if there is some faces of actors you want to add. Countries, languages if you want in which language it's written. And submit. Thank you. Add another image. So still frame. Add another still, and one more. You see, you can also add behind the scene and other stuff. Okay, this enough. Now we are going to, so photos will appear soon. Then we go to bottom edit page, and here we add in cast and crew. So there was no cast because it's documentary, but there was a part of director, of course. There was cinematographer that we already added. Also, here let's add people who was working in the movie. So now I want to add camera, second camera, so it's 1 credit. Then first AC, it's also camera and electrical department, so 2 credits. Add editorial department, colorist, sound director, sound department, makeup artist, gaffer, this is camera and electronic department, 1 more. Producers want to add line producer, transportation department, 2 drivers. Of course, you can add other things like who is distributor, production companies, country of origin, languages, all this data. For example, let's also add running time because we know how much running time. Okay, let's continue. So as you can see now, it will be time-consuming things to understand if all cast and crew has IMDb page, or you need to say that this person is a new one to create first title for him. It's easy when somebody experience was working on your film, but it's not always happened. Basically, there are several things can happen. First, like here, the person doesn't exist and there is no choice, so you choose create this title, yeah, from the big name. But maybe I'm wrong in English how to write his name, so I need to do some research, maybe to write him if he has a IMDb account. Then another option can happen. You put the title and maybe this is this guy. Then can happen that, for example, Ilyin Andrei doesn't have his credits camera operator, and IMDb saying, oh look, Andrei Ilyin doesn't have any existing credits colorist that already was working many times, it's already become green. Makeup artist, there is not this name, so we need to create the name or not. I'm sure that she's working a lot on the movies before, so she must have IMDb credits, so probably I just not pronounce her name correctly. So then you do everything green, you submit updates, and now you will have a fully registered IMDb page of your movie. Easy. Go ahead, spend your time and put your title and all credits on IMDb. Second point of this episode, as I promised, to show you how to add awards. this is important thing. Not all people know this, how to add awards on IMDb. So you see, here is my movie, The Barber, and this movie has 19 awards and 9 nominations. Then a part of this, like this is, let's say, this is movie award for this movie. And also there is another type of award as a, let's say, private award for the person. Here's my award, 41 wins and 27 nominations. It's better to have them tracked in IMDb. You know, producers can see your IMDb page and say, oh, you worked on so many projects. Oh, you have awards. Cool. Okay, how to add? Again, it's very complicated from the IMDb page. We're going to Google and we Google add award IMDb. Simple, huh? Here is awards, and now you are going to here IMDb awards. Oof. Let's jump. So, and the IMDb database works in this way that you are not going inside the movie as we did for the movie to add the cast and crew. You are going to the festival or award ceremony, whatever, this award event, and you add to this award, you add your movie, and then automatically your movie will have this award, if it makes sense. Yeah. So let's say there is many awards. And by the way, be aware of scammers. There is a lot of festivals. Can you imagine they just write on their Film Freeway page, IMDb qualified film festival. What does it mean? IMDb is just a database. You put your festival in database because you have get to certain criteria. Before it was harder because festivals need to have 5 years of history, and now I don't remember exactly for which reason, but it's easier to film festivals and awards, even fake one, to be added to this database. So they just adding themselves to database and put on their promotion page that they're IMDb qualified film festival. It's like bullshit. Don't believe everyone, especially be suspicious for those who write this information, because it's already sounds like a bit scammy. And don't forget to watch this my episode about scam film festivals. So let's say we are not about scam film festivals. We are finding a real film festival that we won an award. Let's check my awards here to make an sample. So let's say Yubari International Film Festival. Oh, it's super cool festival in Japan. So you go inside to the page. You see here is a 2020 event history. So this event from 1990. And here is my movie winner. So how to add? Let's say you see this festival probably stopped in 2021, unfortunately. Let's say your movie won some award on this festival, on 2021. You go to edit page, contribute to this page. So you are contributing to the database of IMDb and this film page. And there's wins and nominations. You add one win or nomination. So of course you can do more. So here you choose which award. You see Oscar or jury prize, or sometimes festivals don't put all the prizes here, so you need to write yourself. You choose here, you choose category. I don't know, best cinematography, for example, you won. You see, there is already here. And rank like a winner if you win. Second, third place, sometimes some festivals put second, third place. And you was nominated. You know, nomination for Oscar is not also bad. Then number of titles, and this is a good thing, because several films could win best cinematography, so you can put 2 titles and give it to 2 different movies, but because you add it for your movie, probably it will be 1. And here recipients, this is the most important stuff to know. So you remember there was one award list on the movie itself, and one was on a personal account. So here exactly the difference. So this nomination title goes to your movie, and recipient go to recipients who received this award. So let's say this was best cinematography, and probably it will go to DOP. Yeah. And companies, if you want to put your company as a production, as a winning this award. You can want it, you cannot, it's your things. So checking for updates. Okay, and of course everything red because you need to fulfill. Let's put to my another movie, I don't know, Non è vero. Yeah, and here's my movie Non è vero, 2019. Yeah, number of recipients. So recipients, best cinematography in Non è vero was myself. So I put myself as a recipient. Bam. And basically that's it. And you do recheck updates. So, okay, now it's yellow. So you warning understood, let's say, because there was no best cinematography war. And now it's green. And now you press submit these updates. And it will be updated in the nearest future. Maybe like very quickly will be updated, and you will receive your award on your title, your recipient name. Of course, I will not do it because it was just for sake of example. I'm closing it, but now you understand how to add awards to your movie and to your private account. And number 3, how to add yourself as a cast and crew to the existing movie. Let's say we choose any kind of movie, existing title. Somebody forgot to put you as a cast, or somebody did a mistake in your name. There is many reasons why you are not appears on the movies that you were working on, and you can fix it yourself. You don't need to ask producer to write somebody, to write the directors like, oh, please add me to IMDb to the movie I was working hard. No. you do it yourself. Okay, let's say there's, okay, now it's a popular Madame Web. Is rating 3.8. Oh my god, I will not go to the movie to this. So let's say I was working on this title. Yeah, I was, let's say I was art director, or no, I was editor, assistant of editor. Okay, assistant of editor. Here you go to all cast and crew, and this is full cast and crew of this Madame Bob. Bottom down. And there is an edit page. Again, press edit page, and there is a cast and crew. If you want to add yourself as a cast, you add 1 credit as a cast, or your productions. So you see there is all departments: animation department, art director, second unit, IC, camera, working, lights, cinematography, composers, directors, costume designers, editorial editors, sound, everyone. And here's probably it will be editorial department, where I need to put myself as an assistant of editor. Let's go. Also, let's add 1 credit to editors just to check. Also, you can add extra date and all the stuff as usual. You continue. And there's in the editorial department, and there's you can choose occupation. So there is different occupations. Oh yeah, there is an assistant editor. I was right. Also here is a colorist, post-production coordinator, editor, everything. So now I want to say that I was assistant editor. So here I don't need editor anymore. No change. And I put myself as an assistant editor. You again check these updates. It's checking me that I never had the credit as an assistant editor. I also had only editor title in IMDb. So you can say that this is the first credit in this section as an assistant editor, or this is a different person. So you create the new Sergei Pudic. Yeah, of course you don't need to do this both, but so you say this is the first credit for Sergei Pudic, let's say. And now it should be green, and you can be able to submit these updates. And of course, we will not submit the updates because I wasn't working on this movie. Yeah, so basically that's it. This is the main things what you can do and should do on IMDb. Adding your title, adding yourself to keep track on your credit history, and adding awards. Apart of this, you can change, you can fix. If, for example, somebody add your title for the first time he was working on the movie, and there is a mistake in the name, you can just write to support and they will fix it. Or if sometimes it exists 2 different titles for one person, you can ask them to merge them. So there is a different troubleshooting. You just go to support and they always help you, and you keep the IMDb. So basically this is a free tool. Okay, it's not only free, it can be paid, but it's free for the main basic, and you just use it. Yeah. Okay, if you have questions, ask in the comments, like, subscribe button, and see you next week.